Wow. What's going on today, YouTube? So today we will be doing a oil change 2010 Kia Soul. It is in winter time, so we're showing you guys a few things to watch out for. You have your oil fill right here at the top. First thing we're going to do is go ahead and pull that off. You just set it aside. It's not going to leak. One thing you want to look out for is the oil color that's on it. Now, if it's a brown or reddish color like this, that's good. If you see any white or you see anything that's like a yellowish, foamy color, that's just an indication of moisture in your block. Depending on how much it is and basically how thick it is will indicate if you have a leak with your head gasket or internal seal somewhere. Next thing you want to do is just pull the dipstick a little bit. You can always check your oil. I'll show you how to do it at the end. But what we're doing here is just creating tunnels for the air to flow in as we drain the old oil out. We have this full here. We're going to go ahead and we're going to go underneath the bottom and loosen the drain bolt and get the oil filter. As you can see here, I have a lot of stock. So first thing, oil filter type. I will be running a per liter oil filter. This is the oil filter number. Next thing you need to know is your oil type. Kia recommends 5W20. I'll be using Pennzoil. When you're choosing brands of oil, important thing you want to look for on your oil is this seal right here. Any oil that has this seal pretty much is going to run about the same performance in your vehicle. This is an economy car, so you don't have to really worry about excessive blow-by or things of that nature that you would find in a performance vehicle. Once you have those two things, it's really all you need. Once you're under the bottom, this is the drain bolt location for the oil. It is right underneath the most rectangular piece of the engine down here. Anything else that's rounded or has bolts that are not on a horizontal angle is basically either a transmission bolt or some other drain bolt, but this is the only one that is for your oil on this car. So you're gonna get yourself nice and square underneath. What I like to do is get my drain catch pan set up first. Basically, I'm using an oversized one here, which is fine. So you want to position it so that one corner is underneath, but that most of the pan is directly behind the bolt because the oil is going to shoot back that way. So once you have it set up, you're going to go ahead and get your socket and ratchet and loosen it. Ratchet than usual, but you want to get your ratchet, your 17mm socket, and your bolt, and have it so that there's enough clearance between the ground and your car that you can pull straight down to loosen it. Now, there shouldn't be a whole lot of force on this. If there is, don't force it, because I have it here. What I should be able to do is just pull straight down and break the torque. So see, just like that. So now that I have it loose, I can actually put the tool away, very easily back it out by hand. It's going to start to drip, so you want to slide your pan underneath now like this. Like you can see there, folks. Alright, there you go. So as you can see, you get a nice steady stream of oil right into the pan. You're going to let that drain out until you get 1 drip per minute. And as you can tell by the oil color, it is dark. It definitely was time to change the oil. There isn't any like metal pieces in it, so it doesn't look metallic-y at all. Just looks like old oil. It covers directly under, because as you can see, the stream is starting to slow down now to where it is going straight down and not back. Coming up this way, we have our old salty, but not rusty, thank God, but salty, very, very salty oil filter. Now, because my pan is big enough, I'm actually able to just go ahead and slide it forward a little bit, just like that. That's good enough. So that I can now start to loosen this. Alright folks, so got the oil filter out. Forgot to show me taking off the carb. That's why I show you guys putting it on. Most important part is when you take it off, you want to make sure that black O-ring comes out with it. It's the like gasket that's on the inner ring of the oil filter. So once you guys make sure that comes off with it, this is what the oil filter pump looks like. That's pretty much your feeder to your oil pump. So we're gonna go ahead and put the new one on. That should be tight enough. Usually it's when the label's facing up and the model number's out, it's tight enough, and that this is nice and flush in here. So once you're back up top, a few things to note and a few things to make your life easier. I like to use funnels just because it's easier to not make a mess. So I'm going to use a funnel to fill back up, and you want to know your capacity. So this block 2.0 Gen 1 block takes 4.5 quarts of oil. So basically going to get the funnel, get the oil, fill it up, make sure the dipstick is going to be tight, and then tighten this, let it run for about a minute, check the oil, make sure it's level, and then yeah, we should be good to go. And as I fill in like the first couple of quarts, I'm going to look underneath just to make sure we don't have any false leaks. You should do the same, especially if this is your first time doing it. Let's go ahead and fill it up. You want to make sure to keep your funnel nice and straight as you're filling. Just ensure everything's going in the block. Alright. Pull the funnel. Stick is tight, and definitely make sure this is closed, because that will definitely shoot oil out. All right, now let's fire it up. We'll back it down off of these ramps and then check. All right folks, so once you confirm there's no leaks and you want to make sure you're at capacity, you're going to pull this, wipe it one time. This first reading really doesn't matter. And you notice I'm using a brown paper towel. You can use pretty much anything that is low lint and it's not going to leave a ton of contaminants in the motor. And even if it does leave more than normal, that's what your filter is for. All right, now you have it the second time. You're going to flip it over and you're going to look. And as you can see right here, I am right at the full hole, exactly where I want to be, no more, no less, and put it in.
I wanna be the best in the game, invest in my name.